Amber Heard says a perceived affair with fellow actor James Franco led to ex-husband Johnny Depp assaulting her on a cross-country flight in 2014. Taking the stand for a second day as part of a multi-million-dollar defamation trial, Ms. Heard cast Mr. Depp as deeply troubled by jealousy and drugs. Mr. Depp is suing Ms. Heard for $50 million, which she said she was a victim of abuse. She is counter-suing for $100 million. So in this video, we are going to talk about Amber Heard finally speaks on her romance with James Franco. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Amber Heard claimed in court on Thursday that ex-husband Johnny Depp hated James Franco and screamed at her over love scenes shared with the actor on film. "He was mad at me for taking the job," on 2015's The Adderall Diaries, with James Franco, Heard said during her second day on the stand in her trial with Depp. "He hated James Franco and was already accusing me of kind of secretly having a thing with him in my past since we had done Pineapple Express together." While Heard was filming The Adderall Diaries in New York in May 2014, Depp was filming Black Mass in Boston. Heard claimed that the pair frequently fought over Franco on the phone. "He had already been upset with me and accused me in many arguments about not telling him about scenes that I had if I had a kissing scene," Heard claimed. "Any sort of romantic scene, and wasn't explicit about what was going to do. Then was accused of having withheld information and hiding it from him. So didn't want the fight, of course. Didn't want the argument, but had to kind of eggshell tiptoe around how to tell him when had any sort of scene like that." Before we move on, support us by hitting subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Now, let's get back to our topic. When Heard described her scenes with Franco to Depp, she alleged that the latter actor screamed at her, as if I had told him I had had an affair. He was that angry at me. When Depp and Heard reunited to celebrate the birthday of Depp's daughter, Lily Rose, Heard said she just knew in every cell of my body something was wrong. When they boarded a private jet to Los Angeles for the party, Heard claims that Depp asked her if Franco slipped a tongue while kissing for a scene. Heard testified that she didn't seek treatment after the alleged March 2015. Vasquez focused her efforts on reframing Heard's testimony to claim she mistreated Depp, not the other way around, and the attorney brought up her relationship with James Franco. Heard had claimed that Depp's irrational jealousy over Franco led to violence, previously testifying about an alleged incident on a May 2014 flight. "He was mad at me for taking on a job with James Franco," Heard previously testified. On that Boston to Los Angeles flight, Depp demanded answers from Heard about romantic scenes with Franco. Heard alleged that Depp kicked her. Amber Heard said that James Franco once visited her apartment late at night after she fought with Johnny Depp. Heard was quizzed about the late-night visit by Johnny Depp's lawyers in court. When asked why Franco came over, Heard said, "Because he was my friend and he lived next door, quite literally next door." She added, "And I quite literally exhausted my support network with my usual friends, and I was happy to welcome as much friendship at that time as I could get." Heard was then asked about video footage from that night in which Franco can be seen laying his head on her shoulder and what interaction could have led to that. "After seeing my face, he put his head on my shoulder," she said. "He touched the side of my face and responded to what he saw." Ms. James said that when Heard was shooting, the actress would liaise with her every day about her schedule. When asked by the Sun's lawyer, Sasha Wazes, if she believed Depp would become upset or angry if he knew about the romantic scene with Franco, Ms. James said not. "I think it was more an insurance policy," she told the court. Ms. James explained that there had been some confusion over why Heard was working with Franco again after allegedly previously describing him as sexually aggressive. Mr. Franco starred alongside Ms. Heard in Pineapple Express and The Adderall Diaries. That jealousy, she claimed, led an angry Mr. Depp to repeatedly question her on a flight from Boston to Los Angeles, in which he allegedly kicked her. "He just kicked me in the back. I fell on the floor," she said. "No one said anything. No one did anything. It's like you could hear a pin drop on that plane. The court also heard a recording allegedly of Mr. Depp on the flight, which Ms. Heard said showed him howling while suffering from the effects of drug use. Following the incident, Ms. Heard said he met her in New York to apologize and to prove he was sober and committed to change. Jurors have repeatedly heard about the incident on the flight. In his testimony, Mr. Depp said that he took oxycodone pills and fell asleep to avoid her. During her testimony, Mr. Depp could sometimes be seen closing his eyes or donning his sunglasses. At one point, he shook his head quietly. Ms. Heard alleged she fought with Mr. Depp after an argument about his daughter Lily Rose, who was about 14 at the time. She was so young, Ms. Heard said. I felt protective. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment below if you liked this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe and we will be back soon with another video.